today we're going to be chatting about the playoffs, first round, and our 2K simulation, and of course showing off some of your top plays of the week. So you guys know what to do. Click on this button below to start the show. Chatting about the playoffs, first round, and our 2K simulation, and of course showing off some of your top plays of the week. So you guys know what to do. Click on this button below to start the show. Hey guys, on this week's first ever NBA2K15 postseason episode, I am joined by Mr. Mike Wang and Scott OG. High fives. And today we're going to be chatting about the playoffs, first round, and our 2K simulation, and of course showing off some of your top plays of the week. So you guys know what to do. Click on this button below to start the show.
The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Sprite.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports, and the NBA season is about
Hey guys, on this week's first ever NBA2K15 postseason.
Yo, I go by the name of Pharrell from the Neptunes, and I just want to let y'all know
I'm your pusher.
the world is about to feel something that they never felt before. Come on.
From ghetto to ghetto, the backyard to yard, I sell it whip on whip and soft to hard. I'm the neighborhood pusher, call me subwoofer, cause I pump bass like that, Jack. On or off the track, I'm heavy cuz ball to your fathers, you can duck to the Fetty Gus. Sorry, my love, but I'm seeing through these eyes. Benz convoys with the wagon on the side. Only big boys keep deuces on the ride. Gucci Chuck Taylor with the dragon on the side. Man, I make a buck, why scram? I'm trying to show y'all who the f I am. The Jews is flirting me if I'm hurting. Legend in 2 games like I'm Pee Wee Kirkland. Platinum on the block with consistent hits. While Pharrell keep talking this music.
We are live, the home of the Trailblazers in beautiful Portland, Oregon. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined as always by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Back in Portland, the Trailblazers kick off the beginning of a homestand. No question they've got this game penciled in as a win, but they still have to go out and make plays. They'll look to take an early lead, then try to get this one over early.
It's always nice to come home. You're comfortable, you're excited, and certainly you have the fans there looking for you to bring your best basketball and get a win. And oftentimes your fans can energize you when you're in your home building.
Bro, it's good to hear. It's go time. Check in. I'm on it.
For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against Milwaukee.
It was an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it was on the road. No question, by the way, that it was their offense that carried them.
Steve, I love the way they attacked at every opportunity. They never were on their heels, and eventually that allowed them to pull away.
The shot's good from Cantor.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
He's checked in for Derek Favors.
Let's take a look at Wesley Matthews, some stats for him. Over the last month, he's been one of the standouts statistically in the league, averaging 17 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you really can't find much fault with him as far as his performances lately.
Yeah, he's been very, very dependable, steady, and doing pretty much everything they've asked of him.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Lillard. Outside Aldridge, 16 feet away. Rebound, Utah. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Their defense got absolutely destroyed in that game, guys. They weren't closing out on the perimeter shooters. They were allowing people to get into the paint and score from point-blank range. Just an overall abysmal effort.
Yeah, something was missing, no doubt about that. They let an opponent shoot a really high percentage, and that's got to be a concern going forward.
Lopez dishes to Lillard. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. That is good.
Damian Lillard, a scoring point guard, great three-point shooter, able to hit from deep range off the dribble, you name it, and of course hit probably the biggest shot of the playoffs last year, that game winner that ended the series against Houston.
Burke, the pass to Novak. Kicks it to Burks. From downtown, Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lopez sets a screen for Lillard. Aldridge a screen. Lillard attacking. Easy layup after coming off the pick. Lillard's got 6. And for Lillard, not just a long-range threat, he's great running that pick and roll, driving and kicking to set up his teammates.
Yeah, he's really excellent in ball handling situations in that pick and roll. I mean, he can get his shot if guys go under. He can split the screen. He can create shots for other people. And he's a real handful. And his athleticism is really sneaky scary.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Chris Kaman is checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Darrell Wright's checked in for Wesley Matthews. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Pulls it up. 6 to shoot. Pass to McCollum. He feeds it to Lillard. Looks for Kaman. Gets it to him. He dishes it to Robinson. And here is Burke. Hayward passes to Burke. 11 feet away. The shot is good off the backboard. Burke's got 6. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Jazz lead by 7. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. The second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at the Jazz performance here, Clark, Steve, what have you been seeing? What have they been doing or not doing?
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong and they put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good.
For Portland. Robin Lopez is checked in for Kaman. Aldridge comes in for Thomas Robinson. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Darrell Wright. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for McCollum. So on the floor for Utah. Summers in at power forward. Exum and Burks, they're back. Enes Kanter is out there with Steve Novak. We've got 1:55 left in the first half.
Well, Portland, Oregon is a very different kind of NBA town. A popular motto around here is keep Portland weird. So a sort of counterculture that the fans and the citizens of Portland embrace. But it's a one-team town, and the fans have always shown incredible support for their beloved Blazers.
Exum with it, averaging 10 points per contest. Summers kicks to Burks. On the clock. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
And Lillard kicks to Lopez. Lillard with a screen for Lopez. Matthews into the lane. It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Lopez.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
The Jazz with another miss. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Now Lillard, he's got 15. Pass to Lopez. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. Jazz have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Summers. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Summers has got his first points in this one. Lillard on top. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
Here's Burks. Cannot hit. Second quarter ends in a tight one. It's the Jazz. They lead by a bucket. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Damian, a great first half for you. Plenty of intensity out there. For someone as friendly and charismatic off the court as you are, what gives you the ability to bring such intensity and competitiveness to your game the moment you step between the lines each night?
I think it's just the Oakland in me, really.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. I definitely can't find any fault with the way we shot the basketball. Our shot selection has been just like I hoped it would be. We're putting up some very efficient numbers, gentlemen. I'll give you a compliment, though. The ball movement's been excellent. Love how many buckets we're getting off assists. And let's talk about our pace. We need to start the third quarter with patience and poise. I want to see us work for those good looks, careful passing, and smart decision-making. We know we're up against a tough team tonight. Let's show them we're just as tough.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard. So it's an entirely new group here for Portland. Chris Kaman has checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Wright, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard. McCollum and Matthews make the backcourt. Robinson is out there with Darrell Wright. And it's Kaman in at the 5. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hayward. Robinson pulls it in. Center is checked in for Utah. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke.
A chance to hear what Quinn Snyder was saying to his team. The strategy included running the offense through Burke. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Shooting, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Jazz?
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
And they continue to knock down the long-range three-point shot as well.
Chris Kaman, always known as an ambidextrous scorer in the low block, has also now developed a deadly stroke from mid-range. That's a rare combo for a 7-footer.
Burke kicks to Summers, and it's Exum in the corner. The shot by Hayward, wide open, and it's Hayward again missing. Portland leading. And for Kaman, so talented offensively, Steve, you wonder why he's only averaged about 12 points a game in his career.
Well, he's a little turnover prone. Doesn't get to the free throw line all that often. But you're right, he's so skilled. He can score with either hand around the hoop. He can also step out to 15, 17 feet, knock down a jump shot.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, he absorbed the foul and had a chance to knock it down.
And that's all you can ask right there. I like that play.
Shooting for Utah, Summers. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second.
I'm sure he feels like they should have the lead right now, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Now here's McCollum. Burke covering. And Wright kicks to Kamen. Takes it off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. The dish to Exum. The feed to Summers. Oh, and someone, no question, powered it down.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far to say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk.
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
Yes, sir. A message, and put it on the highlight reel for later.
Here's McCollum. Nice shot from 10 feet out.
McCollum with the shot.
McCollum's got the lead up to 2 now for Portland. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Trailblazers lead by 2. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break.
Let's do it. Yes, sir. Yo.
Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
How about the creativity, guys? Terrific vision to pick out that pass and set up the basket.
Some serious creativity. Robinson comes in for Darrell Wright. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Nicholas Batum.
Well, this is going to end in a lopsided victory, obviously. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness and the ability to close. You really have to give it up for Portland.
Clark, the biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
You know, I thought both teams worked hard at both ends, but sky-high field goal percentage and pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Excellent effort tonight.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
Well, they can chalk this win up, but things are far from settled between these two teams. They'll see each other 3 more times before the season is over.
And they say familiarity breeds contempt. As they get to know each other a little better, you imagine things will get heated up. Tonight was only chapter 1.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Lillard. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
And so in the game for the Jazz, Summers, he's in at center. Hayward out there with Trevor Booker. Then there's Trey Burke, and it's Hood in at the 2 guard. McCollum's checked in for Damian Lillard. Both free throws good from Aldridge. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth. Now here's Burke. The pass to Hood. He kicks it to Hayward. Jacks up a 3, and that one's good.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that 3.
Portland's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. McCollum dishes to Kamen. There's the bucket. Good.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And Steve, I thought those fans, those home fans, gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
Passes it to Summers. Dishes to Burke. Hayward against Aldridge. Here is Hayward. Unloads. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Marcus, this is certainly a good win. What was the most important element to the team in a game like this one?
Just playing with energy. I think guys play with energy. I think guys play with passion tonight, and we just got, just win games right now.
Guys, they're all talented, but passion's such a crucial aspect to teams winning. Over to you.
Thank you, Doris. So that'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for... Welcome, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. Still out of the lineup is Vince Carter. They want him healthy.
Kevin, it looks like he should make a welcome return after being...
Utah making a change here. Hayward's checked in, and Memphis also making a switch. Kufis checked in for Marc Gasol. Well, good teams tend to have a defined style of play. Steve, the Grizzlies had grit and grind, but it seems they're going away from it now.
Kind of a throwback style, Kevin, but it suited their personnel perfectly, particularly with Randolph and Gasol down low. The slower pace lends itself to better defense for them, and they really pounded you inside, that's for sure.
So on the floor for Memphis,
Marcus Summers.
Conley and Lee, they're the backcourt, and it's Kufis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Utah making a change here. Summers is checked in. Outside Conley. Kufis inside. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Let's see some of the numbers here on Courtney Lee. That's how his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 11 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. I mean, we're finding his name in a lot of different columns in their box score.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking for from him, Steve. He doesn't have to be the star, just somebody with solid contributions across a wide range of areas. And, you know, the Grizzlies got swept in the Western Conference Finals back in 2013 because the Spurs just packed it in defensively. And I really think that was the impetus for the Grizzlies looking to try to play a more wide-open style. You know, even though that season in 2013 was, as a whole, the best ever for the franchise, it did expose their weaknesses and gave them something to work on.
Outside Randolph. Lee dishes to Kufis. Pass to Conley. Just 5 to shoot. Second chance shot. And good on the basket. Book it.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
And last season, it took the Grizzlies some time to get going. New head coach, the injury to Marcus all, but they added some shooting and athleticism on the wings and really rallied strongly towards the end of the year.
Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Utah. Burks comes in for Exum. Then for the Grizzlies, Tony Allen's checked in for Randolph. Adams comes in for Lee. And it's Udrich in for Mike Conley. Here's Koufos, finds the open look, and it's on target. Koufos has got 5.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
There's 57 seconds left to play here in the first. Burke kicks to Summers. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Udrich. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Suns in Phoenix. And there's the feed to Allen. Prince with a screen on Hayward. It's Allen with the drive. Shot clock at 5. Here's Adams. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
Burke the pass to Hayward. And a miss there on the triple.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Kicks it out to Allen. Lets it go from deep. Good.
3.
Allen's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. He got it up. No luck. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Memphis. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played.
Alec Burks, really known as a slasher coming into the NBA out of Colorado. His outside shooting was questioned, but he's put in the work, and he's become a solid three-point shooter. Still young, he's only going to get better and better.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Well, guys, Quinn Snyder this season taking over as head coach of the Utah Jazz. Snyder said the fit is terrific. He loves player development. Certainly a nice compliment to this young roster. Snyder's road in the coaching ranks has been a winding one, but he said the adversity he's faced has made him a better coach and a better person. Gentlemen.
His time has come, Doris. All the makings of a great coach. Thank you. Conley dishes to Koufos. 6 to shoot. And it's Conley penetrating. And he gets it to go. Conley's got 6 here in this quarter. And Burke at 6'6", good quickness and ball handling ability, Clark, and he can play points in a pinch.
And you know, Kevin, the Jazz asked him to play there at times in the past. Combo guard skills with legit shooting guard size. That's a lethal package.
Here's Summers. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Summers has got his second bucket of the game to go.
See the way he times his passes so well? That's a great assist.
Conley kicks to Allen. 59 seconds left in the second quarter. Courtney Lee is on the wing. The dish to Conley. Baseline J on the way. Rebound Utah. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense, in part at least, was a bigger factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor.
Yeah, everything has to be tight. You can't be loose in any aspect of your game. You're fighting against the crowd and the opponent. You've got to be tougher mentally and physically if you're going to win on the road.
27 seconds left now here in the second. Kicks it to Hayward. Here is Summers, guarded by Prince. It's stolen by Allen. In low to Lee. Here's Conley. And again, Memphis no good.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
And we've reached half.
Okay, let's get it together, guys. We're not that far out of it, and it's not going to take much to get this building going again. Listen up. I like the way we're valuing the basketball. Keeping those turnovers down has really helped us throughout the first 2 quarters. One thing we can't keep doing is committing too many silly fouls. There have been situations where we've overplayed them and put them on the line when it has not been necessary. We have to find a lot of open shots in the second half, and that means I want you setting screens on the perimeter that are impossible to get through. Our shooters need to have cement walls to run their man into. We don't have any excuses for putting ourselves in this hole. All we can do is give everything we got to dig ourselves out of it.
I'm a gangster, but y'all.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows. Some teams deciding to change it up. Here's Burke, averaging 14 points a game. Burke's the off guard with Hayward at the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Trevor Booker. And it's Burke in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Hayward passes to Burks. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Gasol. Gasol's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Stepping on the floor for your Jazz, Summers.
Just 4 seconds left here in the third quarter. And a wide open look for Lee. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented State Farm.
There was a beautiful pass, nice, intelligent basketball. The execution was perfect, and that pass set up the open 3.
On the court for Memphis to start the 4th. Udrich out there with Lee. And it's Tony Allen. Then there's Tayshaun Prince. And it's Gasol. And at the center, locking down the middle. Shot from 12. And that one's good. Lee's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for Memphis.
That's a nice play there. The more contributors this team can get, the better.
Burke with it. To the wing on the left. Summers dishes to Hayward. And it's Hayward again missing.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Lee kicks to Gasol. Allen against Hayward. Clock at 6, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
For the Jazz, Cantor comes in for Insanity, and it's Exum in for Burks. The Grizzlies also making a change. Randolph has checked in.
Get up. You're going in.
Here we go.
Jazz have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the 3rd. Pretty cold down the stretch. Now here's Burke. He's guarded closely. Good work defensively by Conley.
Not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
The Insanity, he's checked in for Utah. Tayshaun Prince has checked in for Memphis. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, guys, over that last break, I listened to Dave Yeager address his team. He told Gasol that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Guys, they're operating under the principle that it's never too late to fine-tune the game plan. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks, Doris. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Michael Conley.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Grizzlies.
You're right there, Steve, in one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them. Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And by making sharp in-game adjustments, they've really taken control of this season series, guys. This win tonight will move their record to 2-0, with 2 left to play against the Jazz.
There's a minute left in the 4th quarter. Now, here's Exum. He's guarded by Udrich. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Prince. Stolen. Exum kicks to Novak. The floater, and it's Lure with the rebound. Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies in their last game, a loss to the Suns. Now Udrich, he kicks to Kufis. Goes up on the wing, and he gets the bucket.
Well, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with the kinds of pressure of travel and tough opponents throughout the season, it's always good when you play a game like they have here.
Now, here's Exum. Not a lot of room, and he gets it to go. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Udrich. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more?
Well, Mark, congratulations.
Hey, boss, I came as soon as the trainer told me. What's going on?
I appreciate that about you. Since you've been here, you've been responsible, good teammate, hard worker, which makes this that much more difficult for me. As you know, your 10-day contract is up. You've done some good things, but we just don't see a place for you on this team moving forward.
But I thought I was holding my own.
Yeah, you were. But this is in a league of water carriers, and we need a lot more than that here.
I mean, but you never even told me what I need to do. If it's more weights, if it's sprints, if it's film room.
Son,
I mean, whatever.
The decision has been made, and who knows, maybe you'll catch on somewhere else, you know? But we appreciate the contribution, and it's time we parted ways.
Well, thanks for the chance. But I want you to know this. This is not the last time you heard of me.
I hope not, son. And if any other GMs reach out, I'm going to tell them you handled yourself like a pro here. Good luck.
All right, thank you, sir.
Would you please put that controller down? We've got business to discuss. Now, there's an old saying I'm fond of. Beggars can't be choosers.
No, that's a cliche. And we're not beggars, so what else?
Yeah, we're not beggars yet, but we both will be if you don't start bringing in some of that do-re-mi, all right? Now listen, we've got another offer on the table, a 10-day deal. It's not with a contender, but there's another saying I'm fond of.
And what's that?
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I know it's not what you want, but it's a chance to compete, build a highlight reel, show all the GMs across the league what you can do. What do you say?
Man, I say I'm tired of this couch. Let's get back to work.
guys, on this week's first ever NBA 2K postseason episode, I am joined by Mr. Mike Wang and Scott OG. And today we're going to be chatting about the playoffs, first round, and our 2K simulation, and of course showing off some of your top plays of the week. So you guys know what to do. Click on this button below to start the show. Hey guys, on this week's first ever NBA 2K postseason episode, I am joined by Mr. Mike Wang and Scott OG. And today we're going to be
Brought to you by Sprite. It's the 2K.
Hey guys, on this week's first ever NBA 2K postseason episode, I am joined by Mr. Mike Wang and Scott OG. And today we're going to be chatting about the playoffs, first round, and our 2K simulation, and of course showing off some of your top plays of the week. So you guys know what to do. Click on this button below to start the show. Hey guys, on this week's first ever NBA 2K postseason episode, I am joined by Mr. Mike Wang and Scott OG.
On National Championship Monday, just one game on the NBA schedule. This is the Daily Zap. Nets and Blazers making up a game from the postponed original date on January 26th. The Nets went to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
And brought to you by Sprite. It's the 2K pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports, and the NBA season is about to begin. In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. For Los Angeles, there's been a lot of discussion about them in the offseason, and even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA, watching the teams take the court for the first time. Tim Duncan, one of the great leaders in the NBA, Shaq. He sets the tone for the entire Spurs organization as far as guys who are on the floor in between the lines.
I dubbed him the big fundamental in 1995-96 because he has a tremendous knowledge of how to play the game and what it takes to win. And at this point, Ernie, he's like the player's coach. A lot of times, Coach Popovich will call a timeout, just let Timmy and the veterans straighten things out.
Tim Duncan, one of a kind in not only Spurs history, but NBA history.
Big fundamentals.
Fundamental or fundamentals?
Fundamentals. He has it all, Ernie.
Oh, okay, good.
More than one.
All right, thanks for setting the record straight. Here's Kevin Harlan's.
And a look at people coming and going along the famous and beautiful San Antonio Riverwalk. It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Clippers come into town for this one. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and courtside, Doris Burke. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. CP3 at point with Redick there in the backcourt. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. This ball, Clark, the driving force behind the Clippers offense. As good a distributor as he is, he's also been probably, I think, their best crunch time scorer.
Perhaps that's the case, but I think Blake Griffin has made big progress in his scoring game over the last season. More assertive, more skilled, turning and facing, getting to the free throw line, getting better, knocking down free throws as well. And I think that's kind of helped take some of the scoring pressure off of CP3.
A lot of people who watch the NBA really kind of challenged him to expand his game, and he answered the challenge.
No, he did. He stepped up big.
Now here's Paul. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Parker passes to Duncan. Baines dishes to Green. To halt the run. Not enough on that one as it misses. Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Here's Redick. Again, Los Angeles.
Timeout Spurs.
Red hot, right out of the... Four shooting.
How does it feel?
Well, they've been talking to Clippers trading DeAndre Jordan 2 summers ago. The Clippers have to be happy they didn't make that trade. Sometimes the best trades are the ones that aren't made. KG's still getting it done, but Jordan is going to be their center for a long time.
San Antonio with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2. And that is good.
They had to take the lid off the hoop, I guess, but they finally get one to go there.
Yeah, a bit of an unsettled start. I mean, maybe that'll get them going.
Now here's Paul. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul.
Personal foul.
And Jordan last season, second in the league in total blocks, becoming more vocal defensively, and I thought improved his positioning and recognition as well.
Here's Barnes. Paul outside. Redick for 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Redick's got his second basket of the night. On defense, the Clippers. And Jordan wears the number 6 in honor to his idol. A good one, Bill Russell.
And, you know, Doc Rivers caught some flack last season for pointing to similarities between their games. Even Jordan says that's a stretch. I think Rivers was just highlighting that Jordan could be truly great as primarily a defensive player, wanting him to really focus on being a elite defensive player.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Wow, what an incredible run they're on. This is as good an offense as you will see.
Well, every single guy on the floor right now just feeling it.
Now here's Green. Duncan kicks to Leonard. And he banks in the layup. Leonard's got 7 points.
Tim Duncan, even in his advanced years, showing you that great vision and still getting it done. Nice pass.
Here's Paul. And the layup's good off the glass.
Very positive opening quarter for them. The shots have been falling.
You know, the shooting percentage would be nice if it stayed right there, but that's going to be tough to do.
Now here's Green. Pass to Duncan. He kicks to Baines. Parker outside. Spurs passing it around. And here's Green outside. No luck. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers.
I asked him about how his team was going to handle the veterans of the Spurs, and he said, there really isn't a whole lot that Duncan and them haven't seen, so you can't surprise them one way or another. Really, it comes down to us being as careful with the ball as they are and being efficient in our possessions. Sounds simple enough, gentlemen.
All right, Doris, thanks. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
The Spurs making a switch here. Splitters checked in. Now here's Duncan. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Paul with the ball. 1:56 left to play in the first quarter. He dishes it to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Griffin passes to Jordan. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. The shot by Redick, no good.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
The drive by Green. An easy 2 points on the layup. Green's got his first basket of the night.
Greg Popovich with 15 straight 50-win seasons as head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. What a remarkable streak of success. And I don't really think folks understand what that level of consistency embodies. He's widely regarded as the best head coach in the NBA, and for good reason. He's the full package as a head coach.
Duncan with the bucket.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot. Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. Bellinelli comes in for Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Here's Bellinelli. Splitter dishes to Bellinelli. Here's Ginobili. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Davis. Here's Rivers. Banked in off the glass.
Austin Rivers.
.26 seconds left in the first quarter. And Mills kicks to Diaw. Lets it go with a 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's Rivers. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli.
Marco Bellinelli.
That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. 3rd team foul.
Cuts off the pass.
You know, that was all about anticipation. Just reading that play beautifully and coming away with the steal.
Call. Jamal Crawford. That's his first personal foul.
San Antonio shooting their first free throws of the evening.
Well, this is a good free throw shooting team a year ago. They hit about 79% of their free throws as a unit.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season. He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Here's Crawford. No good. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 7. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. Established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Austin Rivers is out there with Crawford. Then it's Turkoglu. Then there's Spencer Hawes. And it's Davis at the 4 slot.
You know, one story that didn't get a lot of press last season. 2 days after the Bledsoe trade had been given the go-ahead, the ownership tried to back out of it. The trade was already public news, and Doc Rivers actually threatened to quit before their ownership backed down.
Now here's Crawford, looking for his first basket still in this one. Fires the 3, and Turkoglu with the basket on the assist by Rivers.
So hard to try to play defense with the heightened mismatch out there that's on the perimeter, and they gave up the 3-pointer.
And for J.J. Redick, that shakeup must have been tough. His contract with the Clippers was contingent on the trade.
And Kevin, reportedly, Doc Rivers leaned on ownership pretty hard, saying, hey, I shook hands on this. Don't make me look bad here. Our reputation's at stake. It all worked out, but a reminder of the Clippers' rather dysfunctional past.
San Antonio with the ball. Clippers able to drain the three. Ginobili the pass to Mills. Bellinelli dishes to Baines. It's stolen by Turkoglu. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Rivers has got the ball.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started, and a better job finishing it off.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Duncan, he's checked in for Diaw. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Daniel Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Patty Mills. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, as you know, Tony Parker is now an elder statesman in the NBA. His father feels as if he's been a mature force since he started playing at the French Training Institute. Parker's father said, quote, I don't think you can get any more mature than that. Leaving home at 14, you have to become a man on your own. Guys?
Thanks, Doris.
Tremendous dedication to the game. It's great to remember just how far he's come.
Now here's Paul. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Barnes kicks to Paul. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Ball's knocked loose.
Well, Chris Paul breaking Magic Johnson's record last season with 13 double-doubles to start the season. That's points and assists we're talking about. You know, anytime you're mentioned in the same breath as a Hall.
Oh, get it! Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
Right wing takes the three, and that's good. J.J. Redick for three. Redick's got his third bucket of the night.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively. Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Outside Jordan. Feeds it to Paul. Back to Jordan. The drive by Paul, and he uses the glass on the layup. Paul's got 8 points.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Green dishes to Duncan. Back to Green. Kicks it out to Leonard. Beyond the arc. Shot is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Paul goes in. Picked by Griffin. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
Technical foul.
The Clippers shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
Chris Paul, shooting 1.
And the technical free throw is good.
Spurs were able to take the top seed in the West once again and set themselves up for yet another deep playoff.
Splitter's checked in for the Spurs. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his third foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Griffin a screen on Green. And it's Paul penetrating. 6 to shoot. Nobody near Barnes. Kept alive. Jordan the pass to Redick. Paul kicks to Griffin. Goes up again. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 6 assists here tonight.
As you said, the Spurs were the top seed coming into the playoffs and in the West, but they were pushed to the limit early by Dallas before cruising to the NBA Finals. And I can go back a number of years where the #1 seed has had a tough time in its first-round matchup only to get to the NBA Finals and in some cases win it.
And here's Los Angeles. They're on an 18-4 run right now. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And he wasn't really a flashy passer like a lot of the great playmakers you think of, but just always in control. Kind of an old school game, but one that was tremendously successful over the course of his almost 2 decades with the Utah Jazz.
Puts one up from 19. Again, Los Angeles. And for the Spurs in their run to yet another NBA title, they didn't seem to have any weakness in any facet of their game.
And, you know, a little bit of that was overlooked, I thought, Kevin, heading into the final series against Miami, but certainly not afterwards. One of the things that so impressed me was the quality of play that the Spurs got from everybody that Greg Popovich called on. And that really was the difference. They had 8, 9 guys playing at a high level when Miami only had 1 or 2 guys most nights.
That's a great thought. Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Boris Diaw's checked in for Duncan. Bellinelli comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Spurs trail by 21. Ginobili dishes to Diaw. Splitter inside. He's guarded by Davis. That's good.
Tiago Splitter with the
Splitter's
shot.
got his first 2 points of the night.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Clippers have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
Well, the numbers last year for them at the line, not great. Just 73% free throw shooting as a team.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
And he can't hit the second. And
Thank you, Kevin.
welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Paul's been great. He's got 11 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a thing of beauty.
Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. And it's Baines in at the 5 spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with.
Matt Barnes really a good glue guy. He rebounds, defends. He's got better with his outside shot, and he can really run the lane. And he's always had a toughness and a fearlessness that I think a lot of coaches love.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that one.
DeAndre Jordan leading the NBA last season in 3 separate categories, Steve. Rebounding, slam dunks, and field goal percentage.
Yeah, those last 2 are related, of course. You look at his shot chart, and it's basically a green dot right around the basket. Pretty much all of his attempts coming right at the rim, mostly on putbacks or lobs.
Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
A challenging stretch for San Antonio here.
And for Jordan, last season with Doc Rivers coming in as coach, his role was clearly defined, laid out in crystal clear fashion. Defense and rebounds. The Rivers put high expectations within that role, expecting him to contend for Defensive Player of the Year.
The Spurs shooting in this game, 45%. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Doc Rivers trying to help this Clippers team to the mountaintop. And Chris Paul said, I've never had a coach that wants to win as bad as I do until Rivers. Rivers Never said, I'm just here to try to win. I always tell our players there's no guarantee to it. You have to be willing to get your hearts broken. Gentlemen.
He's getting him to lay it all on the line. Doris, thank you. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Paul passes to Jordan. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 6 points for Jordan.
And Jordan playing full starters minutes for the first time in his career last season. Just about doubled his rebounds per game and was a candidate for most improved player. It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside. And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, it was nice.
Just a gorgeous assist.
And Griffin, here we go. Can't hit the free throw line jump.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that miss.
Green kicks to Duncan. Parker dishes to Baines. Pass to Leonard for the three. San Antonio again missing. The Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That is his first foul of the game. Leonard with the steal.
You look at the turnover situation, guys, and it's not been that bad. Just a handful. And when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
Well, you often think of the Clippers as being an updated version of Showtime. They know how to grind it out and get a win, too.
Yeah, I thought they were a little better defensively. They have guys that will certainly give you highlight reel material, but they're smart in how they attack teams and how they finish games, too.
Clippers leading by 21. The drive by Paul, and Leonard with the block. Inside, and stolen by Redick. Griffin down low, Duncan on him, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that's not going to be able to continue if they hope to get back into this game, Clark. It's a deflating play for him around. Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Los Angeles has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Passes it to Jordan. There's the dish to Redick. The drive by Paul from downtown, and Baines pulls it down. Baines has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Leonard kicks to Parker, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Los Angeles foul.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
So both teams making some changes here. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And I also like the penetration. I mean, they're getting into the paint, getting a lot of easy hoops from those strong drives.
Rivers, a strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Rivers has got his 2nd bucket of the night. Spurs trail by 20.
Well, the fact that Austin Rivers improved substantially in his 2nd season and still has a long way to go tells you how rough his rookie season was. Still a volume scorer, but he's showing signs of being an NBA player, and that's more than you could say 2 seasons ago.
Shots good by Mills.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Clippers leading by 18. Now here's Rivers. Crawford outside. Shot is off. Good D by Parker. And Austin Rivers, the son of Clippers head coach Doc Rivers, taken 10th back in 2012. His pedigree certainly played a part in that.
Yeah, it certainly did, no doubt about it. That cuts both ways when you've got a famous last name. But Rivers not the explosive athlete that his father was. He is a creative ball handler. And he's got to continue to develop his shot and understanding how to be effective at this level, and I think you've still got to give him some time to see if that can happen.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Spurs shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Shooting for San Antonio, Patty Mills. And the
free throw good, Mills. So both teams changing it up here. And both free throws good for Mills. Here's Rivers. The pass to Crawford. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for him.
At the line for the Clippers, Jamal Crawford. 2 shots.
And so Jamal Crawford nails both of them. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, this had to be the choice. It was an absolutely sensational feed, putting it way up there above the rim so that only his teammate could catch it. And not only does he do it, but he powers it down from there.
The timing of these plays are just phenomenal. So for the Clippers right now, CP3 at point with Redick there at the back. Glenn Davis out there with Crawford. And it's Hawes in at the 5, home in the paint. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. It's good. The assist that time from Dion.
Seems to me as though they've kicked it into another gear here. I love the way they're moving the ball around now. Everybody's touching it, and everybody's ready to pass and catch and shoot.
And it's Paul penetrating from past the arc. Mills with the rebound. Spurs trail by 15. Here's Ginobili. Shot is no good. Some solid D from Paul. Crawford's shot is good.
Finding the open man every trip down the floor.
It certainly seems like he's doing that, Steve. I mean, it's been a great passing day for him.
Mills passes to Ginobili. And that one is stuffed right through.
You know, he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender. That's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Baines is checked in. Duncan comes in for Boris Diaw. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Manu Ginobili. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Patty Mills. The Clippers also making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Hawes. Griffin comes in for Davis. And it's Barnes in for Jamal Crawford. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. He said to them, "The lead we've got now is nice, but I want to make it even nicer. This is when we put the hammer down." It doesn't look like he's ready to back off just yet, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Los Angeles leading by 17. Redick dishes to Paul, and they double up Paul. Griffin kicks to Barnes. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Griffin. And that's now 7 points for Barnes. The Spurs have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Parker passes to Baines. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Clippers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Over in the corner, Barnes. Here's Jordan.
J.J. Redick acquired by the Clippers going into last season. A great fit, but injuries really held him back. First, surgery to repair ligaments in his wrist, then a bulged disc in his lower back. Ended up playing just 35 games in the regular season.
The Spurs making a switch here. Green's checked in. San Antonio with the ball. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
They had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
And Reddick, we're not for the injuries, is on pace, Clark, for the best season of his 8-year NBA career.
Kevin would have been a career high in points per game. Great efficiency for Reddick as well. He flourished playing alongside former ACC rival CP3, Chris Paul.
Parker dishes to Green. To the middle. It's deflected and stolen by Barnes. And it's Paul penetrating. High arcing shot. Count the bucket.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Parker kicks to Duncan. Outside, Green. The feed to Baines. Clock at 6. Leonard, the pass to Parker. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. And it's Paul penetrating, and the shot is good. Paul's got 19 points.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Another shot, Duncan. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. Good call by the official.
Tim Duncan.
Well, Tim Duncan, in a lot of ways, is the epitome of Steve's substance over style.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin, both in terms of his game and his personality. I mean, he's just a winner and a leader, but he does it in such a quiet fashion that sometimes people forget to take notice.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Jordan. Davis comes in for Blake Griffin. Guido Turkoglu's checked in for Barnes. And it's Austin Rivers in for J.J. Redick. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Duncan. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for San Antonio.
The free throw drops for Duncan.
And when I think about Duncan's leadership, man, I could go on and on. I don't even know if I have enough time, but one of the things that stands out is he's never put himself above his teammates or the staff, and he allows himself to be coached extremely hard by Greg Popovich. He's relentless, dedicated, and in many ways he can lead without saying a word.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Clippers.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
You look at the stats and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Chris Paul. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on defense that put them in the driver's seat. You talk about Duncan allowing Pop to get into him. I think really he's his own toughest critic. As great as he is, he's hard on himself. He's pushed himself to become great.
And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Splitters checked in for the Spurs. .40 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli.
Marco Bellinelli.
That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Pass to Hudson. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win, and no question, it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here.
And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
Ginobili misses. And here comes Rivers. Here's Hudson. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Blake, tell us about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was a ton of intensity on the floor.
Yeah, that's something we talked about. You know, we talked about not being complacent, settling for jump shots, talked about getting to the hole, and playing stuff on defense, and I thought that's what our guys did tonight.
Thanks for your time, Blake. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying, see you next time, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.